unstoppable, losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line, do what I gotta do. Time after time, we do the impossible. It felt like yesterday, I was just driving my grandma's Chevrolet. From South Carolina to Maryland, I take the jet today. I'm still on the come up, I'm still building.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the New England Patriots and the New York Giants. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They begin with a run by Barkley. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll set up a throw. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. The Giants 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener, and now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. This defense for the Patriots, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's going to let it go again. And this one is incomplete. The surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. They're going to look to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That one good for only 6, and it leaves them with a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he gets the 1st down.
Koo knocks this one through the post. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The The Pats at the line, ready to go. Their second drive here of the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
Just a yard to go here on second down. They'll look to throw here. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Harris running straight ahead. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
But, partner, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
Now a first carry for their fullback. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
They'll try the right side with Harris. Room here to run. And he will finally be taken down at the Giants' 16-yard line. The 71 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Harris is into the end zone. Touchdown, New England. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Barkley, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Hamler now on the return. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big play there for New England. 42 yards.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
They'll try to run with Harris. And he keeps fighting his way into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Damian Harris with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
14, Giants 3.
The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Joejuan Williams. And the Pats are going to take possession of the football. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on, and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. He'll look to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try and run with Harris. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. This defense not budging, back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
That was the kind of play that this defense needed because it has not been a good half for them on that side of the football. Maybe they can use that one to regroup a little bit and start to play a little bit better.
And his kick is indeed good, and they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
In just about every special teams meeting, there's a discussion with the punter about his importance. Why? He can flip the field for your team defensively, move it deep into their own territory, or if you're backed up on offense, and he can hit a big punt and change field position and help his defense. In this case, though, field position got flipped by the return team. You can do it so many different ways on special teams.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
I thought that was a completed pass until he came in and forced the ball from his hands. Not only did he make a nice play, he brings up 4th down.
A 38-yard attempt.
And it bangs off the right upright, no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound Brandon no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Tyquan Thornton in the final seconds of the first half. And the Patriots will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point attempt to come here. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points.
Makes the score Patriots 24, Giants 3.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And a very solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it.
He's got a man complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A gain of 39 that time. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Again, it's Harris on second down. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his...
And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Up the middle with Barkley. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
1st down, and they go back to Harris. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
Here's 2nd and 8. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays. This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now back to throw. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Running left, it's Barkley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. They'll run it again with Barkley. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has now allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants get a bit closer. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. taken in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Their own 23-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he's got some space here. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 120 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back to throw now on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And some room to maneuver. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a 1st down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll set up to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the Giants are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
2nd and 9 now. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but Certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Able to locate his man Slayton on an out route. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 34-yard line.
That's another New York Giants.
They'll drop to throw. And Davis has it over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. Down inside the 10. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And he takes it into the end zone for a Giant TD. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. The give to the fullback on the dive. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
On the give, this is their fullback. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Now, this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. On play action, they'll throw. Flush to his right. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the ball is going to wind up out of bounds, so they will lose yardage, but they'll keep the football. Looking at, and now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Giants come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ball game.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future they've got work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So for the Pats, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia.